So it's the time interval. You can refresh every time, every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, or even though every minutes, and then it's build your respective applications matrices data, and it's build and then you can visualize with the Prometheus and the Grafana depending with decisions. That's I tried to summarize what the Grafana Prometheus did, what the Grafana did, and the micrometer, and then a Spring Boot actuator. So if you see the really I just like copy paste from the internet. If you have more, I will show you really more. But you see that the dashboard how it look like. You have every step for the hardware failings, application level for even though in the JVM level, even each of the your how can say your JVM level, which every REST API call, request, and response time, how the execution time, and how it is the rendering times from the your backend level to the middle layer to front end layer. You can every step you can track it and see okay how the application performance is it is done by the you even though in the source code level or your algorithm levels how it works efficiently. That was the idea to do the monitoring systems. So you see that my screencast, I just already did some screencast with the Spring Boot actuator. It's defined basically all the endpoints definitions, and you see all the information, the matrix information, application health informations, and then even though in the your backend level information, just follow the screencast number. This is the screencast number 18. You can look for that once in the my channels, and then you can get a proper idea. But I will show you detail every step. This is the one of the applications I in the continuing the developments, and even though this is available into my channels with the Spring Boot JPA based REST API developments. So you see that all the definitions, all the implementations or matrices informations, health information, profile information, and then you can visualize graphically those information into your Grafana dashboard or your Prometheus dashboards. So let's overview how can we some example like what I have it at the moment but I will show you detail in the development steps. So you see that I have many microservice applications, but still it is not important to. This is one of the applications that I already discussed about the Spring Boot Boot admin server, admin client server that you can look for also my channels that is available there. And this is the application I'm continuing for the developing the microservice applications, and then this microservice is used for any front developments. That's the screencast number, I think so. It's 35 with the Angular TypeScript based microservice applications for doing the integration of microservices with the TypeScript and Angular. And then this is the application. Then you have all definition properties. The application is running. We have the Spring Boot profiling concept here, but I will show you detail when I continue the development. So the application, I just run it, and then the application is running with the port number 8077, and then we can check it log what metrics it is built, how you can do the endpoint checks and actuators, and then all metrics information. Let's open the Postmans. If I go to my application, like I have a profile informations, you see at the moment there is a Prometheus. It's not configured yet, but you can see the metrics information profile information, all the links of the application. I mean all the controller informations into my applications. So you see the link information. The health information is it applications is running is properly, so you can check it. Is this application is up? If the application is not up, then you can information okay, this application is down. That's the information. You can also visualize those into your visualization tools. The metrics information, that's the most important. There's a lot of metrics there. You can visualize in JVM level, in the Tomcat, your web container level. You see the Tomcat level, the metrics informations. So you see the application is running localhost. This is the localhost deployment, but at the end of the day we will make a Docker container, Docker image, and put it in the Docker image, Docker container, run from there as a standalone jar files. Just look for how can how can I build how can you build a Spring Boot profile based standalone jar or jar based Docker image and deploy this image into the Docker container, and even though to integrate the Docker Compose file with all the tools like my Postgres database plus the micrometer, the Prometheus and the Grafana tools, and then we have one time run the execution the application and completely one time execution. Or even though you can divide it, okay, you build your application as a jar container in a standalone jar, you deploy this jar file into your specific machines and then connect with the URL from Prometheus, and then Prometheus communicate for this application for every time intervals, and then visualize information with Prometheus and Grafana. That's not big deals. So I will show you detail in the later screencast. So you see that the metrics information for the application that is running, all sort of information, Tomcat information, and JPM information, Hikari CP informations, all things is there. So, and even though in JDBC level information, the container information, and then I think this is the JPA memory level informations, JDBC connection max mean informations, all things is there. So, and all, and if you see the matrix information, maybe there is info, I don't know, this is configure the informations info. So there is no info is configure, so we need to configure those informations, but the endpoint is okay and it works. That's I try to give you to really overview that this screencast, next screencast I will follow all the steps. How can you go the configuration into the application level, and then define and get the test in your endpoint, the endpoints for your monitoring systems. Okay, every endpoint is working properly, metrics, profile, health, info, and a lot of things, a lot of information. You can visualize it. Even though you can Google it from the Spring Boot actuator information, you see the lot of endpoint definitions. You can look for this page also, and then you can get the really clear idea of what the possible endpoints that's we already use. You see the healthy endpoints, HTTP trace information, info endpoints, logger information, liquid-based from your database migration tools, metrics information, that's what we show, mappings, sessions, shutdown, and then so on and so forth. There's a lot of possibility you can control, or you can manipulate your endpoint definition, and then we have a lot of control to visualize those information with these tools. That's what the idea, to visualize. So just look for Google it, and then read these papers, and you can get really clear idea what I mean, the visualization, what the possible endpoint definition, how can you very efficiently and functionally you can define your endpoints into your configuration files, like your YAML files or your application.properties file with the Spring Boot profiles concepts. That's the idea to do that. So now we come back to our presentations. How can we come up our presentations? You see okay, we already show how the all possible endpoint definitions here. Sorry, my mouse and keyboard doesn't work properly today. So this is, you see the Dockerization and applications. Oh shit. So Dockerization, Spring Boot applications, web application or microservice based application. In the down level, you see the web application. I have many web application, also from the JSP based or Timely based or tree markup based. Even though in the second one, or Angular based web applications, you can, and then those web application is already communicating into the your microservice based application. So that means every step you need to be monitor those applications. Doesn't matter in the middle